Hey guys, long time no see. It has been kind of crazy with my son moving out. This video is like catching you up, and also I'm getting some stuff done. I'm almost done painting the kitchen. So close to being done. I'm finishing it today. So pretty close to being done, but I did a little something. But I'm actually doing a lot. I'm kind of bringing that creamy mushroom color into other places of my home, and I'm not sorry about it. I'm so excited. It's like making me feel really excited, but I think where I left off in my last video was finishing painting Jalen's room, which was my 20-year-old Julian's room, and he had just moved out. It was very emotional for me. He was literally moving out when I had started that video, and I mentioned that and everything. So I think it's been a while since then. So I'll show you like what her room's kind of looking like. It's a mess, but let's go show you that, and then we'll get into it. I'm just gonna show you my room real quick. Here's my room. I don't know the last time you guys had seen my room. It's not much different. I just kind of moved some stuff around, and we've been moving so much around since my son had moved out that the shoe bench is now in our room. So I just figured, I mean, our curtains aren't perfect. Nothing's perfect in here. It's a mess, but everything else is kind of the same. Okay, so with the lights on, this is what's going on. All I hung on the wall, the only thing hung up is the unicorn. The hooks were already on the door. I just hung up her jackets and her hat and purse. But yeah, I decided I'm going to leave the paw print, the Behr paw light switch cover thing, just because it's cute, and Jace has one in his room as well. So this is what it's looking like. I mean, you'll get the gist. I don't need to explain what is what, but like I said, it's a mess. The purple is actually really pretty. That's with the light on, and that's what it off. That's what it off. So one thing I did do is the purple curtains. I think I might have already showed that. I got those for free, and it's so funny because I was thinking, oh man, they don't really look good out in the living area. And that's really what I got them for. And then turns out my son moved out quicker than we thought. So I used them in my daughter's bedroom. But I've been going through her clothes as well. I was hoping this would fit her, but it's something that, like, I mean, if we're desperate, she could wear it. But I just kind of am like pulling some clothes out here and there as I'm going. I'm not making it like a full on, oh, let's go through your clothes. Like if I see something, I just toss it up there. I'm just trying to like relax because I'm going crazy with painting. Also, I realized that piece of wood up there is supposed to be flipped over. So the live edge part of the wood is supposed to kind of go out and it goes in, but it's fine. So anyways, what I did, let me step back, is I stuck that dresser in here. It was not easy. I had to actually take, I had to pull this whole thing out, which it's fine. It's not actually attached. So I just bumped this up, and like the rod, this isn't attached either. It's like in there good, but it's just sitting, you know, on this and then the other side. And so I just pulled it out, had to pull off the doors in order to get this dresser in first. Then I put this back together, and then I put the doors back on. Like it wouldn't just slide. It was like just barely too big. But she has man, it is a mess. She has a ton of books. In that basket up there that you can see, there's just like bows and stuff, like hair bows, hair, like headbands with bows. But yeah, that's what her room is looking like. And then she's just got random bins everywhere, and I don't know. I think it looks so pretty though with this color, this purple, like complement. I mean, the white is just like, it goes good with the trim. And I did not paint the trim, by the way. I like do need to paint eventually, but it's going to wait. Like we've been getting, you know, other paint for our house and for the kitchen. So, and plus it's not like, not a huge deal. It adds character, right? All the scratches. That's probably from me cleaning, but anyways, there's her room. Also, my daughter has been watching Danny Go. We've been watching it like way before now, but what I'm saying is like right now. So there's a lot of music, and I don't know how that works with the Danny Go. I'm just going to do a voiceover, but I have some clips to share with you. So I'm going to show you what I was working on in the kitchen. I don't know if I showed like an after. Okay, so on this day, I was not actually feeling like painting, but it has been days since I actually touched anything in the kitchen. So I was like, okay, the easiest thing to do is all this below stuff, because I'm not going to paint inside any of these cabinets. I just feel like I wanted to make sure I painted inside the coffee cup cabinet. This was a separate day from what I just showed you a second ago. But I did paint everything that was green previously. So down here, I didn't paint the inside because it wasn't green, you know. Oh, and then I will show you another clip of where I started painting more of that creamy mushroom color, and I love it. Okay, so first things first, obviously, unless you're new here, in the wall niche, it was the same color as my island, which is like the magenta looking, or it's actually called Earth Rose is the correct color for the name. And then I painted it the same color, that brownish color that is on my wall, the one wall in my room. Well, when I started to paint this color, I actually ended up not liking it. So like I turn around and just paint the inside of the wall niche the same color as the wall, which is creamy mushroom. So here's the thing. I started a long time ago painting my whole home agreeable gray. Because in my mind, I'm thinking it's literally called agreeable gray. I needed a color that would just go with everything furniture-wise, because I had a lot of furniture that didn't really go together. And I had like started eventually painting my furniture. I've been painting my furniture for a long time, but I tried to like make my home more cohesive, right? Color-wise. But my floors, in my opinion, don't go that well with agreeable gray, even though it's agreeable gray. It's not agreeing with my floors. I don't ever really feel like it has. Like it didn't clash to the point where I was like, oh, this is ugly. But I was just like, I knew deep down I just didn't care. Like it just didn't bring anything good out of my floor color. And you know what? It's a lot easier to paint a bunch of walls than it is to redo the whole floor. So I'm not, and the floor is fine. I have been struggling since I've lived here with the wall color. We're in Washington. It's cloudy all the time. Y'all know that. So it's like the way the light hits in my house and everyone else's house is different too. So my agreeable gray, what I loved about seeing that color in other people's homes is the creamy part of it, not the grayish part. But all throughout my home, no matter where I painted this color, it's pulling way more gray, sometimes like a bluish color, sometimes green. So I'm getting away from it by painting it creamy mushroom. And I'm going to show you guys what it's looking like today. It looks so much nicer. Okay, don't mind my daughter, but that is what it's looking like. It just looks better with the wall niche being the same color as the wall. I've like seen older videos of mine and I'm like, I actually prefer it to be the same color. But anyways, and I just like this color. A new thing I am going to do though, so I'm going to bring it all the way throughout my house. But the difference is, I need to touch up next to that flower right there. I'm going to actually be painting all the walls, whatever color the walls are. It's going to be exactly like the wall down to the trim. So whatever color is touching the trim is actually going to be that color. So no more white trim, except, however, for around windows and stuff. Or, well, it's not really a window, but y'all get what I mean. Windows or fake windows, anything like up above and the doorways. I'm not sure. I'm like considering just leaving the doorways white, but the trim that is touching the floor is going to match whatever the wall color is. So that's kind of what I'm going to go for. We'll see how that all plays out with that plan, because I think this will look really pretty with this creamy color and then the bright white. I think that'll look a lot nicer than if I were to paint this the same color, paint the trim, you know what I mean? So anyway, so that is the plan. There's no rules. You guys paint whatever you want. Say hi. Okay, one thing I noticed, so when you guys, what you seen with the lights on, it honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like, I know that didn't look good. And this, it's the fact that everything is clashing. But let me just kind of show you, like, why I love this color. So next to the stone, or like in the kitchen, I guess, is like, that's what it looks like. It's really pretty. It's kind of hard to tell when it's wet, because that wall is still wet, so it like looks a lot lighter, but it dries really pretty. But anyways, I've got this Up here, it's all dry. The doors are still drying, so I could put those up when they're completely dry. Like, they're pretty close to being dry. All done. The side of this here. And then that's all I painted. Like, just the whole kitchen. I am working on the inside of that. I probably just got to go in there and touch up a little bit. Which, I'm thinking I'll just do that off camera. Yeah, I've got some spots in there that I've got to touch up. It's like 3 times going in there. Like, first I cut in everything, then I rolled it, but I didn't want to roll it too thick. Then I rolled it again. It's been rough though. So just, okay. So my son does visit, obviously not as much because he's busy. Not as much as we thought he would either, but that's fine. He just moved out. You know what I mean? Like, he just moved out. He's getting settled. They've got stuff to buy. And they're figuring it out, right? Well, here's the thing. The times that he does come visit, it's really hard because it's like the after when he leaves. And it's not like the right when he leaves. Like, she acts like she's fine. She'll just be hanging out the window watching until he's completely gone. Like, oh, can't see his vehicle. Saying, bye, I love you, bye, blah, blah, blah. Come back and I'll show you my room again. She keeps saying that. Just rub it in his face, right? This isn't yours anymore. That's what it's like. That's what Earl's like, yeah, just rub it in his face every time. But, however, those nights, they're so hard. And I didn't really consider it until, like, the last time that he came and visited. I was like, okay, I think I'm seeing it because I see a pattern, right? Like, she just is super just not happy. Just out of nowhere. And she will not be saying anything about Julian, so you're not thinking like, oh, it's because of him. But it is. Because it only happens when the days that he visits. So it's just been like, aside from that, like, it's hard anyways because I miss him. But when he visits, I feel like it's honestly more important for him to spend the majority of the time with her because she's so little. And I don't know. It's a lot. It's been so hard. But I'm looking on the bright side. You know what? My kid has his own place. He's doing good. He likes it. Finally, he's actually like, that was another thing that I was having the hardest time with. So like the whatever time it's been since I posted, the majority of it is because I felt like I wasn't sure like if he was okay. Like, of course he's okay. But he wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I love my new place, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just like, and then he told me like after we left and visited and helped him move some stuff in with Jace and everything, you okay? Yeah. Okay. Then he goes, yeah, after you guys left, I cried for like 5 minutes. And I'm like, it's not funny, but it just like, it just makes me realize like, okay, like obviously it's hard. It's hard. Change is hard anyways, even good change. Change is just hard. I know a lot of people thrive on change eventually, but I do think like that first moment of everything's flip-flopped completely different, it's hard. And of course you think it's really good because like you're trying to be as positive as you can in this crazy moment of everything's different. You need some kind of normalcy. But anyways, aside from all that, it's been good. Like, I'm good. I'm just super emotional. I mean, that's my baby. I'm going to be like this every single kid, too. I'm about 7.5 months pregnant right now. And I'm feeling it. I'm not feeling it as in, like, I'm not tired. I'm emotionally tired because of all the movement. And, like, that's a lot. It's not just like, oh, my son's moving out. It's, like, not just, oh, I miss him. It's explaining and trying to see how this, like, navigating it through a 3-year-old's eyes, trying to figure out, like, how do I tell her this? And then also try to get her excited about a new room. When she was saying, like, first she was calling it her room and his room, like, she just doesn't understand. But now she knows it's her room, and she's so excited to show him every time he comes over. So messed up. But it's good, though. It's good. So anyways, it's so funny. Let me just say this. It is funny how one thing leads to another. I started out my backsplash that I have been talking about forever. The color of the backsplash just ended up being what I wanted to paint everything. And let me show you all real quick. Do y'all even notice like how everything looks different because the lighting? I've got a skylight up there, and then I've got like the window above the sink, right? So see how everything, hold on baby, see how everything kind of looks different? Like the color of the cabinets or above the stove looks different from the wall. Like all the shadows and everything, like it, honestly, I love it because it does not matter if you paint your whole kitchen this exact same color, cabinets, walls, everything matching, because everything will look a little different with the shadows and the way the light hits and everything. So different textures and all that. I don't know. I'm loving this whole new thing. Like I'm going this whole new route of like I don't even care anymore. I don't care what you're supposed to do, what they say you're not supposed to do. And then the same thing with bringing the color of the wall down to the trim. Why not? Because I'm sorry, but, well, I guess you can't see it. No, I'm really sorry. Because I love that look. It's simple. It's so much, like, nicer looking. And all of this together looks really nice, right? And it only looks strange when you see this dim, not so agreeable gray. Okay, I just finished painting, well, I'm sure you can tell, painting this wall with the window cutouts. You see the difference though? That's a huge difference. Like if that's agreeable gray, this is what agreeable gray I thought would look like, I guess. Maybe a little bit darker, but she's posing because she thinks I'm taking a picture of her. She's so cute. I've been trying to get her to wear that dress forever because she has a problem with the little sleeves or whatever falling down, the little straps. That one's perfect because it goes in the middle, in the back. But anyways, I did this one too. See how it doesn't look that weird? Like it sounded weird when I said, oh, paint the trim the color of the wall, but leave windows and stuff like the window frames, like the window trim white, but I think it looks fine. But yeah, there's that. Now, see what I mean? How it doesn't look so weird if it's like cohesive. I just need to do that back wall. Well, I have like a bunch more to do. But eventually, and I know I've been saying this forever, but I didn't want to do the ceiling. I don't want to do the ceiling until I for sure have everything else done. But I do think with a nice bright white ceiling, I think it will look so pretty. I'm so excited for this. Let me see. She just organized the pantry. She was just sitting in there, put up a picture on the screen. She was so cute. Thank you. Okay, shut it, baby. You got something in your hair. I just got her some chips. She's going to eat that. Here, baby. I painted her toes today. Oh my gosh. First I painted them green and she didn't like them. And I don't blame her. It's a cool green, but it's like, you have to really like green. But anyways... And then I painted mine. I wanted to paint them red. And I'm like, where's my red? I think I threw it out. Probably had it forever. But what was I going to say? Oh, we're not doing anything really special for dinner tonight. We're just doing like these. Well, I mean, these are very special. Like if you've not tried these, they're so good. So Earl went with Jace to go practice driving. And they're going to pick up hot dog buns. Okay, so I have to show you guys something. Okay, before I show you something else. So I wasn't sure what I wanted to paint. I know I want to paint everything, right? But like when you're sitting in the living room, goodness, Jack is so loud drinking that. But when you're sitting in the living room, I look at the dining room and I'm like, okay, I'm aching to paint that. But then when I'm in the dining room and I'm looking, I'm like aching to paint what I had painted, minus like what I didn't paint. I need to paint the back wall. But before I even started painting, I'm like, well, now that we're out painting, and I was like patching some holes, guess what I did? I started patching some holes in here. Hold on. I was like, okay. Oh, also, notice how you guys don't see any weird black things, because I had a light strip that went all the way around my room. I had taken it down. That's why you can see, like, it looks, actually, it doesn't look too bad, but I am going to go and paint. That's where the light strip was. I just kind of like yanked on it and it slowly kind of pulled off everywhere. But anyways, I went around basically, like, I can't see it above the TV, but there was like, I've been patching, like, I guess that's really nice, huh? Like it kind of blends in. So if I don't get to it, it doesn't look that weird. But so I took my mirror down, right? Let me back up. So, see the yellow? Of course you do. You're probably like, dang, girl, what the heck's going on right there? So when we moved in, I actually really loved it. So it was like a sponged on yellow and it was really cute. But the only reason I ended up painting the house, like the whole house, the only thing I didn't like about the house is it had some blue walls, and I'm not a big fan of like blue walls. But aside from that, I loved the yellow, but I felt like we need to paint the house to make it feel like ours. Like sometimes that's just what you have to do. So anyways, long story short, I just painted it. I wanted it to feel bigger. So all we had was white on our hands at the time. So I just painted the whole room white, and the Xbox was there. So I like literally painted around the Xbox and whatever was there. Or maybe it was a PlayStation. Is it a PlayStation? I don't even know. But yeah, and then like the TV mount thingy is like literally right there. So the Xbox was like behind the TV. Anyways, long story short, I'm excited. I'm excited to paint, but let me kind of bring this up. So there were so many holes, and you can't even tell. Like so many. And then you remember when I did my whole like picture wall thing in the corner? I just wanted to patch those up. If I want to make holes later, that's fine. But for now, I just wanted to patch all the holes and literally have the only thing hanging, aside from the TV and the sound bar and what's behind it, is the picture there. And then eventually I'm gonna, in the camera over there, and then I'm going to hang the mirror. I'm going to center the mirror finally. The only reason the mirror was off-centered, which I never explained this, because like I don't like talking to you guys as if you're new, which is really bad. But it just gets tiring for the people that have been here. They're tired of hearing all the same stuff. So they all know like I was hiding that. That's why it was to the left. But yeah, eventually I will hang the mirror above the dresser. I'm so out of breath, you guys. Also, I don't know. So the wall that is not painted out there, that I was saying, like behind the window cutout wall, whatever you want to call it, the divider wall. That wall, I do want to paint that. I'd rather paint that than paint that same color in my room. I'm saying it like sounds weird. I have half a can left, half a gallon of paint left of that color of Creamy Mushroom by Behr. So that's not enough for this. But I was thinking like, I don't know how much of this I have. I think I only have like a quarter. And the problem is I don't know exactly what color that is. So I'd have to like color match it, but I do love it. So I probably am willing to color match it. Oh, and then one day Earl said, I knocked down the towel rack. He hung up a towel, which I had a ton of clothes just shoved into the towel rack in our bathroom, not this one, the one in our room. And I had fixed that. And believe it or not, that took way longer than I thought it would. Because I had to like, I couldn't like just, put it back up. Like I had to find those like anchor mount things. I can't think of it, whatever. But yeah, anyways, what's funny is I was thinking, I started right here and I kind of ended right there. See the huge difference right there? That's an obvious, like you can definitely tell. But anyways, I was like, should I go down the hallway? Like I know I should, because I kind of started to go down the hall. Not technically, like technically the hall starts right here after the closet. But you know what I mean? Like already it looks funny, but I was like, it can wait. It can totally wait. So I think I'm experimenting. I wanted to experiment out in the living room to see what it would look like if I because my idea, like I said, I want to leave the trim around the doors white, but paint the floor. So I just wasn't sure how that would look. And I do think it would look fine now, kind of seeing the windows, even though the windows don't go down to the floor, but like the window trim. Oh my gosh. I got so annoyed just a second ago, and I'm like, a 90-second commercial? You got to be kidding me. So I went and skipped it, only to wait for another 90-second commercial. It's fine. But anyways, I'm gonna go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, even though you didn't see me paint any of that. I definitely was the one that did it. Trust me, y'all know. If you've been here, you know. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave me a heart down in the comments below, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.